there, fellow Salem watchers. It's your old friend here, the one who's been glued to Days of Our Lives through more twists, turns, weddings, funerals, resurrections, and corporate takeovers than I can count. I've seen generations come and go in that town, from the Horton living room classics to the DiMera boardroom battles that could make your head spin. And let me tell you, after all these years, nothing in Salem ever stays quiet for long. Secrets have a way of exploding just when folks think they've finally caught a break. So, do you want the inside scoop on what went down on Monday, April 27th in Days of Our Lives? Of course you do, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Grab your coffee, or something stronger, because trust me, you're gonna need it. Settle in, and let's dive deep into the drama unfolding in Salem. This isn't just a quick recap, we're talking full-on speculation, character history, emotional gut punches, and all the juicy details that make this show the addictive powerhouse it's been for decades. I'll expand on every beat, because these storylines aren't just plot points, they're the kind of heart-wrenching, pulse-racing moments that keep us coming back year after year. Gabby and Philip, from cautious sparks to a game-changing proposal. Let's start with one of the brighter spots in an otherwise chaotic day, Gabby Hernandez and Philip Kyriakis. If you've been following along, you know these two have been circling each other for a while now, testing the waters in that classic Days slow burn way. Gabby, with her fiery DiMera Hernandez spirit, her history of loss, betrayal, and fierce motherhood, has been rebuilding her life after everything she's endured. Philip, well, he's a Kyriakis through and through, charming, ambitious, carrying the weight of his family's legacy and his own complicated past with Chloe Bell and Titan Industries. On Monday, their connection takes a major step forward. Philip makes a formal business proposal to Gabby, one that's been building from their growing rapport. Viewers who've watched their scenes know the chemistry is there, the banter, the shared understanding of what it's like to fight for power in a town full of sharks. Gabby accepts the proposal, and for a brief, shining moment, it feels like celebration is in order. Imagine the scene, maybe they're in a sleek Titan office or a quiet corner at the Salem Inn, glasses clinking as they toast to new beginnings. Philip's eyes light up with that signature Kyriakis confidence, and Gabby, ever the survivor, allows herself a rare smile of genuine hope. But here's where my years of watching tell me to pump the brakes. In Salem, the good news is almost always the calm before the storm. This alliance, business or otherwise, could reshape Titan's future, especially with all the corporate intrigue swirling around the Kyriakis and DiMera empires. Gabby bringing her sharp instincts to the table might give Philip the edge he needs, but it also drags her deeper into the family's endless power struggles. Will this be the partnership that finally stabilizes them both, or will old rivalries, hello, Vivian Alamein echoes or Stefan's shadow, come back to haunt them? Only time, and the writers will tell, but mark my words. This agreement is loaded with potential for both triumph and heartbreak. The celebration crumbles. Gabby's nightmare with Ari and the mysterious Liam Gage. That celebratory high for Gabby doesn't last long. No sooner does she allow herself to breathe than reality crashes in hard. Her daughter Ariana Horton, Ari for short, is getting dangerously close to a young man with a shady edge. Gabby, being the protective mama bear she's always been. Remember her fierce battles for her kids over the years? Recently walked in on something that set off every alarm bell in her head. Picture this. Gabby shows up at Ari's dorm room, expecting maybe a study session or mother-daughter chat, and instead finds her daughter with Liam. Ari plays it cool, insisting they're just classmates, but Gabby isn't buying it for a second. And then comes the kicker. Liam casually mentions that his name is actually Gage, the same as his young son's name. Wait, what? The double name? The evasive vibe Gabby has every reason to be suspicious, and she doesn't hold back. Gabby confronts him right there, her voice sharp with that trademark Hernandez fire. She criticizes his behavior, warns him to stay far away from Ari, and you can feel the tension crackling. Ari, of course, pushes back. Teenagers in Salem rarely make it easy on their parents. But Gabby knows trouble when she sees it. Liam, or Gage, has that alluring rule-breaker aura that's drawn Ari in, but whispers around town suggest he's mixed up in some criminal undercurrents, possibly tied to DiMera dealings or worse. Gabby has fought too hard to keep her family safe to let this slide. As someone who's watched Ari grow up on screen, from her earliest days as a baby to this rebellious young woman phase, this storyline hits different. Gabby lost so much time with her kids due to prison stints, schemes, and heartbreaks. Now, seeing Ari drawn to someone who could drag her into danger, it's pure parental nightmare fuel. Will Gabby's warnings push Ari further away, or will she uncover the truth about Liam Gage before it's too late? Salem's youth have a habit of learning lessons the hard way. Think back to all the teen rebellions that ended in kidnappings, addictions, or worse. My gut says this is building to a major confrontation, possibly involving Abe Carver's literacy program ties, or even a deeper criminal web. Buckle up. Gabby snapping over this could lead to explosive scenes. Sophia's provocation and Holly's breaking point. Meanwhile, across town, trouble is brewing in another corner of Salem's younger set. Sophia's on a mission, and she's got her sights set on provoking Holly. If you've been tracking the interpersonal drama among the teens and 20-somethings, Sophia has a knack for stirring the pot, whether it's jealousy, rivalry, or straight-up manipulation. On Monday, Sophia baits Holly with calculated words, pushing just the right buttons to get the reaction she's after. And succeed she does. Holly, who's no stranger to emotional turmoil, her own history with family secrets, loss, and complicated romances, finally makes the fuss Sophia desires. It's dramatic, it's public, or at least intense enough to ripple through their social circle, and it feels like the kind of confrontation that could fracture friendships or ignite bigger feuds. Sophia playing games like this isn't new in Salem. Think of all the mean girl dynamics that have played out over the decades, from Sammy Brady's schemes to more recent rivalries. But with May sweeps looming, this feels like it's escalating. Is Sophia acting alone, or is someone pulling her strings? Kristen DiMera whispers have been floating around. Holly's outburst might feel satisfying in the moment, but it could have consequences that echo through the Horton and DiMera families. Drama like this rarely stays contained. It has a way of pulling in parents, exes, and unexpected allies. Watch for fallout that might involve Johnny or others. Trying to intervene, things could get messy fast. At the shooting range, Steve, Stephanie, Brady, and lessons in safety and tension. Shifting gears to a different kind of intensity, we head to the shooting range where Steve Johnson is giving his daughter Stephanie some hands-on training with her new gun. Steve, the original Black Patch private eye with a spy past that could fill a dozen spy novels, is all about preparation and safety, especially after everything this family has survived. Brady Black joins the session as he steps into his new role as a private investigator with Black Patch. Brady's been through hell addiction struggles, losses, fatherhood drama, and this career move feels like a fresh chapter, even if it's laced with danger. During practice, Brady and Stephanie have an interesting, almost playful confrontation. Banter flies, egos clash slightly, and it adds a fun layer of chemistry and competition to the scene. But Steve isn't there for games. Eventually, he gets serious and reminds Stephanie once again about the critical importance of safe gun handling. Why? Because Stephanie broke the rules. She left her loaded gun unstored in the safe Steve had provided. In a town like Salem, where threats can come from anywhere, DiMeras, drug rings, past enemies, this kind of slip-up isn't just careless, it's potentially life-threatening. I've seen Steve in protector mode for decades, from his ISA days to family crises. This moment carries real weight. Stephanie's independence is admirable, but her father's warnings come from hard-earned experience. Will this incident lead to a bigger lesson, or foreshadow trouble when someone least expects it? Brady's involvement adds another layer. His own vulnerabilities might surface in the high-pressure environment of the range. These scenes aren't just about shooting. They're about trust, family bonds, and the constant edge of danger in Salem. The bombshell at Alex's door, Joy, Kelsey, and a life turned upside down. And then we come to what might be the biggest jaw-dropper of the day. Alex Kyriakis answers a knock at his door, expecting, who knows, routine? Peace? Instead, he finds Joy standing there, and nothing will ever be the same. Joy doesn't waste time. She introduces Alex to Kelsey, their young daughter and infant he never knew existed. This is the kind of bombshell that shakes the foundations of lives in Salem. Alex, part of the powerful Kyriakis clan, with his own history of relationships, mistakes, and searches for identity, is hit with fatherhood out of nowhere. The shock on his face? Pure soap gold. Joy's return carries an agenda. She wants Kelsey to know her father, to have the opportunities and stability Joy feels she missed growing up. But as anyone who's watched Days knows, simple reunions like this never stay simple. This revelation is going to ripple outward like a tidal wave. Alex's current relationship, hello, complications with Stephanie could crack under the pressure. Kyriakis' family dynamics will shift Victor's legacy, inheritance talks, Maggie's reactions. Joy isn't just dropping off a baby. She's turning Alex's world upside down, forcing him to confront responsibilities he didn't see coming. Will he step up as a dad? Fight for custody? Question the timing and motives? And what about little Kelsey herself? She's an innocent in all this. But in Salem, even babies become central to massive story arcs. I've seen secret children, surprise paternities, and baby mama dramas play out countless times, from classic storylines to modern twists. This one feels particularly potent because of Alex's position in the family empire. The emotional layers, shock turning to anger, denial to acceptance, love clashing with betrayal, will fuel weeks of riveting television. Gabby might even snap in reaction if it intersects with her own circles. This isn't just a plot point. It's the kind of life-altering event that changes characters forever. Wrapping up Monday in Salem, speculation and what comes next. So there you have it, the major beats from Monday, April 27th in Days of Our Lives. A business proposal that sparks celebration before fear takes over. A mother's desperate warning to protect her daughter from a potentially dangerous connection. Provocation and outbursts among the young crowd. Gun training laced with tension and important reminders. And, the ultimate shocker, a secret daughter arriving at the doorstep, ready to upend everything. These stories interconnect in that classic Salem way family ties, old grudges, new alliances, and the constant threat of danger. Gabi's protective instincts might collide with Ari's rebellion. Sophia's games could pull in more players. The Black Patch Crew's training sessions hint at bigger investigations ahead. And Alex's new reality? It could fracture relationships and spark Kyriakis' power plays. As someone who's lived and breathed this show for years, I can tell you, the writers are setting up fireworks. May sweeps are right around the corner, and with Kristen DiMera plots, potential rescues, health scares, and more secrets bubbling, Salem is about to get even wilder. Will Gabi dig deeper into Liam Gage's past? Can Holly recover from Sophia's baiting without bigger fallout? Will Steve's safety lectures save lives down the line? And how will Alex navigate sudden fatherhood while his personal life hangs in the balance? If you're as hooked as I am, don't miss the episodes, stream them, watch live, and join the fan discussions. These characters feel like old friends, and sometimes enemies, we've known forever, and their struggles, triumphs, and heartbreaks keep us invested because deep down, Days of Our Lives is about family, love, betrayal, and redemption in the most dramatic package possible. What do you think will happen next? Will Gabi and Philip's partnership survive the incoming chaos? Is Liam Gage hiding something truly dangerous? Drop your theories in the comments. I love hearing from fellow longtime fans. Until next time, stay safe in Salem, folks. The drama never sleeps.